Next to face the dragons is Dagenham-based Natel Allen, with her assistants Sherelle and Grace.
Last minute nail check. Let's have a look.
Natel created her product after failing to find it on the market.
I basically decided to go and make it myself. And now I have a business. That's literally what happened.
I'm hoping it might be nail varnish with a twist.
Is this real?
It very much is.
I know my business inside out. I've done the numbers, I've done the figures. I love what I do, so I hope that they love me for loving what I do. Hi, Dragons. My name is Natel Allen, and I am here today to ask for a £40,000 investment for a 20% share in my vegan, handcrafted and cruelty-free Télle Moi gel and nail polishes. So, Dragons, I had a job interview and I was looking for a nude nail polish colour that actually suited my skin tone. I wasn't able to find this in the stores and decided that I'm going to research and make my own nail polish shades that actually suit my skin tone. So 3 years worth of trading later, we've turned over £40,000 and sold more than 7,000 units. And we are hoping to grow much further and to scale up the business. And I believe I can do that with the investment of a dragon. Now, thank you very much for my lovely, kind models.
Beautifully modelled.
And if you have any questions for them, please feel free to ask.
An inclusive range of nail polishes with something for all skin tones is the offering from Natel Allen.
So you've got gels on?
I do, yes.
I've never had gels. Do they go on that colour or do you put gels on and then paint them?
The colour is in the bottle and you can put it straight onto your nails without a base coat or a top coat.
Natel's asking for £40,000 in return for a 20% stake in her business.
I know nail polish. I don't need any explanation, as you can tell.
Do you wear it?
Put it this way, he put it on as if he's done it a few times before.
Deborah Meaden is first to try and nail down Natel's business.
So, handcrafted.
Yeah.
Where are these being made?
So I make them all at home. So I buy the individual nail polish base and the different pigments and I hand mix them.
Goodness me.
The gel polishes, I have mixed the colours and had them made and imported back.
OK, so the business itself, you're turning over £40,000, so tiny numbers. How are you selling them at the moment?
So predominantly we're selling online. We're selling our gift boxes currently through Amazon. We're also stocked in a few beauty salons as well.
OK, and is there anybody else doing this?
So there are other smaller companies. We have the most diverse shades at the moment. And obviously I understand with nail polish, there are big players in this industry. If they want to go and create, you know, a shade of nude colours, they can do that. But ultimately, what I've found is actually the level of people who have the decision to be able to make the choice on these colours aren't of people who look like me. And unfortunately for that reason, a lot of nude shades just very much tend to be different tones of pink.
And how much does, take that one, how much is that selling for?
Yeah, so that one retails at the moment for £34.99.
And how much is that costing you to make?
The gel polishes cost £2.96 and the nail polishes cost £1.53 to make.
And the box?
And so the box itself is actually £2.50.
OK, so you've got fair margin in there. It's costing you about £12.50 made up, is that right?
Very much so, yeah.
OK, thank you.
Natel is producing a pretty profit from her polishing products. But retail maestro Tuka Suleiman wants to shine a light on something he's not happy with.
First thing that I noticed is the branding. The branding, all due respect, the branding looks like something you buy on Oxford Street of one of these traders that says, come on, it's like a fake.
Oh, wow.
Right?
Okay.
So, in my view, if you were doing nail polish, you want it to be colourful. It looks dull.
I so completely disagree.
Sorry?
Completely disagree.
Well, we can disagree. I have my opinion. And I think if you want to disrupt the market, you've got to do it with colour.
Well,
this
we
is what
have
you're talking.
bright colours, and we do a
Yeah, but it
range of
looks
colours
dull
to
and
target the
boring.
market.
When I saw that, I said,
How much nail polish have you bought, Tuka?
no, I know. Listen, I'm giving my personal view.
I understand, yeah.
Télle Moi, right? It looks like something that's knocked off from some big brand. It just, so for me, it would be very colourful.
I appreciate your thoughts. I would say personally, though, with regards to, obviously, the knockoff comment,
Yeah.
in terms of the branding and in terms of what it looks like, that, to me, is very simple. I think nude is subtle, and so it's not necessarily loud and standing out.
The minute you made that
it's
really
very
colourful,
cool.
it would become cheap. It would lose its class and elegance.
I'm just saying, you need to think out the box and say, how am I going to rock this market? Because at the moment, you're not rocking anything.
Well, I listen to my customers, and at the end of the day, this brand was ultimately formed because Télle Moi is, I'm Natel, it's about me, and I want this to represent people who also look like me.
Natel stands her ground as Tuka Suleiman rips into her product's packaging. Does Sarah Davies think her proposition has potential?
So, Natel, the challenge I've got with this is the market is dominated by a few key players, and your unique selling point to go against those brands is just that you will do some shades and colours that they don't have readily available. So I don't see that as a barrier. The problem is, it's like this for them to just make those colours. So as soon as you create any sort of wave in that market, they're going to come along and just make those colours.
They could, but I think if they felt that there was a market, they would have done it already, and they haven't. So,
Which suggests to me that they don't feel like there's a big enough market
but
demand.
if that was the case, I would also feel that I have sold, and it might be small numbers, but ultimately there are still girls coming up to me who repeat purchase their colours from me because actually they can't find
Why
them
is it
anywhere
such
else.
small numbers? 40k in 3 years is concerning for me, because I think, well, how am I ever going to get my money out of this business if it's 40k for the next 3 years? It would take me, I don't know, 15 years maybe, if we're lucky.
I mean, in terms of the numbers, you're correct. They're not as large as other companies, but ultimately, I have also been working full time. It's not an excuse, but ultimately, I have poured everything into it.
Is this a side hustle or a business?
It's a business for me. I have recently...
On the side?
No, I've
Where you
recently
hustle?
handed in my notice in order to pursue this full time, but ultimately for me, I want to make sure that I can dedicate myself fully to this, but I know it's not generating enough money to do so.
You said something at the start which caught me. You said with a drag in this business, we can scale this business. And I actually believe that statement. But I want to invest in companies that will scale irrespective of my involvement. Those are the most attractive propositions. I need to see evidence of that in past behaviour, and I can't see that. And for that reason, I'm going to say that I'm out.
The entrepreneur can't find any polish to brighten up her stuttering sales, and Stephen Bartlett signs off. But has Peter Jones come up with a different business model that could propel Natel's nails proposition?
I think there's quite a lot to do here. From my perspective, I think you immediately need to pivot. I wonder whether this could become much more of a sort of a home pro kit. So you create, with your heat lamp, which you get from China, whatever, there's a package here that you could put together to be a sort of a home pro, so that you don't have to go and get in your car, you don't have to spend £20 getting your nails done. You can actually do this at home. To Sarah's point, I totally agree. I can't see how you could enter this market and be competitive unless you come up with something that's a unique proposition.
I think it's definitely something that I could consider and kind of add to the packaging.
I think you've got an opportunity to have a business that you could be quite proud of, and it will grow. But I'm not going to invest and say that I'm out. Okay. But I would not give up on this, but you have to pivot to make this successful.
I agree, and I'm not going to give up. That never was the plan.
Natel, you've been doing it for 3 years.
Yeah.
You've turned over 40,000, which at the moment is an artisan little business, right? Unfortunately, you've not convinced me that this is a business that I should invest in at this moment. So for that reason, I'm out.
Natel, You've had 3 years through a time when everybody was forced to buy this stuff at home and do their nails at home because all the nail salons were closed. You were literally the perfect industry in a COVID bubble, and you've done 40 grand's worth of sales.
Well,
you, to me, have proven that there's not a big enough demand.
But I would question, even if I didn't have enough of a basis on the branding and etc. itself, nail polish is a worldwide industry, and even if you take necessarily the nude point out of it, people still buy polish because they like the colours.
Huge market, but it's just so well serviced. To me, to bring a product to market in that industry, you need something that is so unique that it is trailblazing in such an advanced market. And the nail polish's colour by itself is not a big enough differentiator to go and win this battle. So I'm out.
Sarah Davies thinks the big boys will brush aside any potential competition and ends her interest. Deborah Meaden is Natel's only hope for investment. Has she seen something that the other dragons have missed?
Natel, I actually disagree with Sarah. I think that there is definitely a market. I certainly know there's a need. And I think you've got a great story to tell. So I do think that you've got a business. For me, and this is me, not you, I've stopped wearing nail polish because it's really bad for the environment. You know, you look at the list of chemicals on here, it's part of my commitment to say I can't do that anymore. So I wish you all the best, but I'm not your investor.
No.
So I'm out.
Very much appreciate it, thank you.
Good luck, Natel. Don't give up.
Very much. I will not. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
The nail polish industry isn't green enough for Deborah Meaden, and it's 5 no's for Natel.
Obviously, there were some really nice positive comments.
Thank you. Thank you.
I'll definitely take their feedback on board.
I think she's great. And I do think she's got a business, but I think it's just really, really early.
It's just such a crowded market.
They've obviously lost out on an amazing nail polish opportunity.